Hey people, welcome back to Let's Play Banjo-Kazooie, and I am Mike, YouTube channel name Hammerbro Mike, but yeah. This week we are, well, not this week, well, 1 month later, we are dealing with Clanker's Cavern. Now, Clanker's Cavern is notorious for being one of the most frustrating levels in Banjo history. Mainly because a large majority of it is underwater. So, with underwater exploration comes with annoyances. I'm sure a lot of people know how annoying the water temple in Ocarina of Time is. So, let's get started here. So, this area of the world is... it's a little different from most because it actually requires a bit of skill to actually get back to the level starting exit pad. Man, I have a cold right now. Well, it's almost gone, but I've been getting over a cold for almost the past week. It sucks. And that giant monstrosity is Clanker, who Grunty has trapped under the water there. In fact, originally, there's a small clip somewhere on the internet of beta Banjo-Kazooie. I wouldn't say, well, I guess you could say it's a video, but not a video, but like gameplay. But originally, Clanker actually looked more like a real whale, and the level didn't look nearly. Well, look, I guess similar. It looked similar, just not so grimy as we see it here. But as you can see, there's so much underwater stuff going on here, so I'm pretty much just gonna take care of all the underwater segments first, as well. I guess the more fun and entertaining stuff is not underwater. The one thing I love about trying to get this jiggy is like getting at least 2 of them underneath. Like I jump, get 2 of them underneath, and just do the beak buster on them. And just like that, you can get our first simple jiggy. Simplicity is the key here. Well, I don't know if simplicity is the key, but let's just say it's pretty simple. So, yay. We have our first jiggy of the level, and it was super easy to get. Now, I would say right here, this can also be a tricky thing to do, mainly because you only have so much time. But one thing, in order to really make yourself used to the water controls, is holding the R button, and I think the R trigger in the Xbox Live Arcade version, but basically it allows you to control your swimming a little better. So it's a lot easier to maneuver around, so you're not, I wouldn't say fly all over the place, but so you can easily get around in the underwater segments, because ultimately it'll help you in the long run. But like, you can press B, keep pressing B to swim fast, and then hold A to, well, keep holding B, but keep holding A to swim slow if necessary, because with the fast maneuver, you don't have too much control. So like with the A button like that, you can simply move slow enough to turn yourself with ease when the fast movements don't work. Man, that water just looks gross. I mean, Whenever I look at it, I think, wow, it's like I'm swimming in pee. Okay, now this here is the most complicated, one of the most complicated areas in the game. So basically, you have to swim through this key 3 times in order to set Clanker free. But at the same time, if you're trying to 100% the game, you gotta collect all the notes in the Jinjo down here. And that can be hard because you can run out of air easily. But luckily there's that Bloop character who spits out bubbles of oxygen so you can last a little bit longer down here, which really come in handy. So now we have to swim through this key. And this is where the swimming comes in handy, with the R button and using the A button to quickly keep yourself from moving far. And by freeing Clanker, we get a Jiggy, which will pop on his back. Yep, there it is. So now there's a Jiggy for us to get. And with that, we've gotten our 4th achievement, known as Free Clanker, worth 15 gamer score for, well, the Xbox Live Arcade version. So that's 4 achievements, and, well, this is episode 4, so yeah, it's like, well, we won't be getting 1 achievement per episode all the time, but you get the idea. So with that, we got enough oxygen to get back up. And I might have made this look easy, but trust me, it can be hard. But I'm just glad I survived through it, because that's actually one of the things that I always manage to get stuck on sometimes. But it comes with practice. In essence, this is actually a pretty big world in terms of the size. Like you can go up super high up into the air, and like you can go really deep underwater. But in terms of like actual places that you can walk around, it's not like that. So we can shoot Clanker's teeth, well, 1 tooth on this side and 1 tooth on the other, each of them containing some sort of prize. So here we got a Mumbo token. And on the other side, well, that will be a Jiggy, but we'll get to that another time. So pretty much each time Clanker breathes, the bolt on top of him there will spew up, and this will allow you to get up here so you can get yet another easy Jiggy. Well, it's only easy if you can manage to get to it without falling, but like, I love this level, but sometimes it can be one of the most depressing levels in the game for me. Because you start off with like the cheery Mumbo, like with like the average Mumbo's Mountain, the cheery Treasure Trove Cove, and then it's like, oh, now you're at Clanker's Cavern, and it's like everything's all grimy and mucky and dirty. Well, then again, the next level, Bubble Gloop Swamp, is pretty mucky with dirt, but, well, because it's a swamp. But, you know. You know. Well, actually, you might not know, but you know. But there can be times in this level where you can screw up a lot and end up wasting a lot of time. So, yet again, it's just... There are quite a few easy Jiggies to get here. I mean, we already have 6. And, like... yeah. Man, I just realized, like, I'm looking at the Mumbo token counter on the left, and it's just like 17 out of 10. Like, I've collected so many Mumbo tokens, but it won't even matter much once I transform into something again. Oh, we already have 4 Jinjos. Lovely. Now, the reason why I look down here is because I wasn't sure if this last honeycomb piece was there or if it was under here. Because I know you can either get, like, there's the empty honeycomb piece and then there's the extra life. And sometimes I end up having to waste a bit of time. Like, if I'm trying to speedrun the game at all. Like, I end up wasting a lot of time. So I checked just in case. Then again, I'm not speedrunning this game for the... Like, I'm not speedrunning the game for the Let's Play, but it's... I don't know, it's good to know where stuff is, because sometimes you might forget something. This is... I actually like this part. I like these parts in the game. Just like, you're jumping from one little alcove in the wall to the next one. Just like jumping back and forth. And then having a bunch of items just keep staying on your screen. And now we can finally enter Clanker, where we have a convenient witch switch. And just like that, this is, aside from getting hurt here, like, this is another easy jiggy. And this is the inside of Clanker's belly. It's kind of gross looking, you know. So we're gonna fly up to here and get this gold feather there and move on, yeah. And now we can learn the next move. And this move allows us to be invulnerable or invincible. And basically, it'll use up gold feathers, and you can only carry 10 of them, and he gives you 5. And because my energy is low a little bit, refill, and then, like, I've learned all the moves in the world, even though there was just one. And the thing that makes this harder is that there's more scissor blades. Pretty much the reason why I left that gold feather there was because once you activate the move, it uses up 1 gold feather. And the reason why I left that note there is so I know when to stop using the move. And that's actually the first time I've done that out of all the times I've played this game. So now we have to go through all these green hoops. And it can be hard for some if you don't control your swimming, or if you mess up on specific jumps like this one. But if you practice it over and over, you can definitely do it pretty quickly. And going through the last hoop will raise the water level, and we get another jiggy. But before we get that jiggy, we're gonna swim through here back into Clanker's mouth, as there are some notes that we did not collect before, as I didn't want to explore the inside of Clanker yet. Ugh, I hate having this cold. My nose is so stuffy. And we only have 2 more jiggies to get. And 8 more notes. So all we have to do now is collect the Jiggy over there. Collect the last Jinjo, which will make a Jiggy appear, and then we get the 10th Jiggy. So, if you're not a fan of underwater segments, you probably will not like this level much. But it has its charm, and it has its difficulty, which I guess makes the game more interesting. Like, there will be a bit more underwater segments later on in the game, but nothing as huge as what you experience here. Just to relieve you a bit. And we have 100 notes. Just gotta collect this Jinjo here. And now we got the final Jiggy. And with that, the level is complete. And we can get the fudge out of here. Yes. I said fudge because I'm kind of craving some fudge right now. Maybe a hot fudge sundae from Dairy Queen. I could go for one of those right now. Well, it's like a chocolate sundae, but like it's like the fudge. It's like hot fudge. Whatever. I just want a sundae from Dairy Queen. Oh wait, no, I think they're going by DQ now. From what I was told before. Or maybe I was lied to. I don't know. This always frustrated me as a kid. Like, if I wanted to 100%, like, when I wanted to leave the level, I would have to do this. Except most of the time I would just kill myself. Because, well, I could never make the jump. It's so good to be out of that stinky cavern. Yay! And with that, we've got our second note door open. Oh wait, no, I still have to get that Jiggy. I just gotta jump. And this is another easy one. There have actually been times where I forgot all about, like when I'm 100%ing the game, there are times where I actually forgot to get this Jiggy. Because, I don't know, I just always forget for some reason. So now we've got a giant grunty statue in the middle of this room. But we're gonna take care of a few necessary but unnecessary things right now. Like, they're unnecessary right now, but they're necessary later on, I guess. But better to take care of the unnecessary stuff first, so you don't have to worry about it later. And here we got some sort of sandy, Egypt-like area, I guess you could say. Not gonna go into detail yet, but yes, one of the worlds is an Egypt-like world. I saw something in there, but we can't use them. Ooh, another Ekumbokum token. I should just call them Ekumbokum tokens rather than Mumbo tokens. But that's kind of stupid, so I'm not going to. And you're probably wondering, hey Mike, why did you poop 3 eggs into that cobweb? Well, it seems kind of pointless right now, since there's like nothing there, but yeah, there'll be something there eventually. Then again, people who've played the game already know. And yes, we have linked up our first cauldron. So now we can warp between... So now we can warp a shortcut. Yes, we can take the shortcut if we want to. But we're not going to take the shortcut. Man, there's already 2 new note doors here, but none of them we can open. So I found another warp cauldron, and essentially there are different colors, so they're easy to distinguish because there's more than one warp. But I'm not gonna say where the next blue one is because that will come later. And now finally we can actually go to the next level. I always found this area right here to be a little charming. I just like the layout of it and the giant grunty statue. And now we have entered the world lobby of Bubble Gloop Swamp. But we're not gonna enter it just yet because we're gonna go through that passage over there. And that requires me to go through this water that is infested with piranhas. So the odds of me surviving this are very slim. So let's see how I do. Now, we gotta break this ice ball. But sadly, we can't enter that at all. Not just yet. And now we have the 5th portrait, which opens up the 5th world, known as Freeze-Easy Peak, which is, well, it's pretty cold in Freeze-Easy Peak, as you can tell from this area we've discovered. And those are, yes, and yeah, those boots with the pooping, farting sound, those are the wadding boots needed for the stilt stride, which is essentially, it'll allow you to go through the water here. Well, see you next time.